Do you like gaming and you think games are fun when you just boot them up and play them? Or are you one of those people who likes challenges? I am the latter because I've never played a Kirby game in my life, so I thought Kirby in the Forgotten Land, what a great game to play. And I'm like, you know what I should do? Beat it without the one of the primary mechanics of the game, using abilities. So instead of using abilities, I decided to use the slide attack and the I guess you have air and you puff it out. Yeah, that's a thing. So basically the whole game I used no abilities. And the only other thing I could use is mouthful mode because there's areas that require you to use mouthful mode, but I wouldn't keep mouthful mode on a majority of the time. Like if I could like just spit it out and keep going, I would. But other than that, I used no abilities. That's it. No power-ups, no nothing. If I ended up getting one by accident, I spat it out because we don't like abilities here. We hate abilities here. And to be honest, I had no reason to do this challenge. Just one of my friends was like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, why not? Why not do something like this? Why not take a game and just completely strip away one of the core fundamentals of the game? So without further ado, let's get into this amazing run of a game. So to start the runoff, I turned Kirby into this giant car because apparently he can't swallow something that's bigger than a little tiny dog. And I proceeded to ram my head through this wall, causing Kirby some probably severe brain damage if I'm being honest. And I proceeded to just drive around and be a little vroom vroom. Next, apparently my new best friend was trapped in a cage, so I must save my new friend. And I completely, utterly destroyed these dog things. This is clearly some form of abuse because they didn't stand a chance, okay? I came into this challenge with a goal to destroy everyone with my bare hands, my fists. And I know they don't give me power-ups or anything, but I 100% just dominated them with my slide kick because I refused to put their filth in my mouth because they were too dirty for me. So I refused to suck them up and I proceeded to slide kick them back to the depths of hell where they came from. And then after I beat those little rodents, I ended up saving my new best friend from their cage so that I could not be alone because I have crippling loneliness right now. But now I have this blue thing that is my friend, so I shan't be alone anymore. Next was someone with an actual health bar for once. So this time I had to fight the giant chunky boy as my first encounter, as like my real first encounter, Wild Edge. And I smacked him around like a little toy that he is. I threw him around like a rag doll. He didn't exist, didn't stand a chance against my Kirby prowess, okay? This Kirby is like Kirby from Smash 64. Broken, okay? Can't be touched at all. Next up was me becoming the safety cone, the mega cone, and I kept missing the pipe multiple times for some reason. I can get it in the hole. I don't know why I couldn't get it on the first try, but then came the next challenge because my dumbness dropped the cone and I was like, oh, I think I can beat it without the cone, and I realized I couldn't beat it without the cone. And I ended up trying to run back and grab the cone, and then I missed! And I died! And you know what? That's failure right there, and we can't allow failure. And I swear if I could just get it in the hole, it would have been fine, but apparently I kept missing today. Today was an off day for me, okay? Today was not a good day. After taking my first death, in a very salty manner, I came back with a vengeance against the turtle. I defeated the turtle with ease, okay? Just one swift pound through the shell, and I was done with it. And then I was able to carry my pride with me over to the next stage. Up next was the Frosty the Snowman reject, aka the abominable ugly cousin, came up at me, and I had to smack him down as well. This was a fairly simple boss fight. Came at me and I took him out with pure ease with my gamer prowess. Up next was when I realized this run would be the most annoying, tedious thing in the world. So to continue on into each world, you have to have a certain amount of Waddle Dees saved. And I did not have the amount of Waddle Dees saved. As a matter of fact, I had to kind of thoroughly comb through levels to see what I was capable of to make sure I didn't have to use any abilities to get some Waddle Dees. And after this first area, I was kind of scared because I was like, is it going to get to a point where I have to use an ability? Because if so, then this challenge is over. I can't do it. But I persisted. I believed that at some point, I was never going to have to use an ability. I was confident that there was going to be no point in the run that I would have to use one. But this is really where I got concerned for the run, and I spent like hours, like an extra 2 hours just trying to, get all the Waddle Dees I could and milk the stages for what they were, and it was very worrisome. Alright, up next was Harambes Cousin. I was about to lay the smackdown because Harambes Cousin squished me a little bit too much. I didn't like the way it felt kind of weird, and this boss fight was about to be a smackdown of a lifetime. Okay, Harambes Cousin was about to go see Harambe. Okay, am I allowed to make those jokes? I think it's been like 7 years. I think it's okay to make those jokes now. Anyways, I laid down the law with this massive gorilla. It tried to swing at me and swipe me, but I said nay. I am the victorious one here, okay? With no power-ups. No power-ups at all. I was going to smack you down. Easy. No contest, okay? Smash Brothers style. You're not getting out of this, all right? And with that, the boss fight was fairly simple and straightforward. Just sucking up the balls, shooting at it. Didn't take me too long. Pretty fun boss fight, though, not going to lie. But, took it out with pure ease. Up next, they wanted me to upgrade my weapons for some reason, which is disgusting. Like, I don't want to upgrade the abilities. I'm not even using them. Why do I want to upgrade them? They don't get my hard-earned money, everything that I did for this entire run, no abilities. But they're like, oh, upgrade your abilities, Kirby. It's going to be so fun. No, it's not. It's gross, okay? This is no abilities, okay? We're not casuals. We're hardcore gamers here. Think I need abilities? I don't need nothing except the air in my guts and my slide kicks, okay? Filthy NPCs trying to get me to upgrade. I can't believe I'm about to have a Karen fit. I swear. I then proceeded to go fight the Caveman reject, okay? The Flintstones kicked him out of the show for this reason, all right? So I go into this fight and I stomp him out, okay? There's a reason why Neanderthals went extinct, okay? The humans were the victorious ones, okay? Neanderthals dead, all right? Smacked him around, got him out of here, stay extinct, okay? After putting the Caveman into extinction, I then travel through the luscious beaches and everything to end up on this giant swan that looks kind of ugly and thick at the same time. And I'm kind of confused, but also not confused because we don't accept swans here. This is a duck only. So I had to give the swan a little bit of the smackdown. Let the swan know that the ducks are the superior race of species, okay? As per usual, laid the smackdown. Excellent gaming prowess on my side. GG, too easy. I then proceeded to go cause some deforestation, okay? This tree needed to be cut down a couple sizes, okay? And by a couple sizes, I mean completely down, okay? We don't like trees here, okay? We want to use all the trees in the world, no more trees, okay? It's time to cut the tree down because this tree was a menace to society, okay? It was drinking up all my ocean water and I didn't like it, okay? The tree needed to be cut down, so I smacked the tree around, okay? It got pretty aggressive. Not gonna lie, it tried to put up its blockers and everything, but I said, nah, I'm here to cut you down, okay? I need you to make some paper. I'm gonna write a book about how I beat you, okay? I wrote memos with all the pieces of paper that I've made through this tree, all right? This tree did not stand a chance, okay? My feet were so strong, I chopped it down. I then paid tribute to my fellow duck brethren and moved on into world number 3 through the carnival and the mayhem.
Senpai!
As I'm traveling through the carnival in the Wonderland, Wild Ed shows up again to get another smackdown. He didn't learn before, okay? He said, nah, I need you to show me again why you're the best, okay? Why you beat me the first time. throw these hands back in my face. So I laid the smackdown back on Wild Edge, okay? In this unexpected turn of events, you think when you beat someone the first time, they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. No, he came back, okay? He came back for the smoke, and he got the smoke. Up next was the Zootopia Reject Tiger, all right? Looking nice and thick, and I came in there to smack the thickness out, okay? She tried to cut me with some knives. I didn't appreciate that because, I don't want to be popped, okay? You can pop Kirby pretty easily. I didn't want to get popped like that, okay? So I came in there, and I took out the little tiger, all right? The little meow, meow. I came in there, she went meow, and I went roar XD, winky face, know what I'm saying? And I completely took the fight easy. Very fun fight, though. I love the mechanics of the fight. And I accidentally found out you can suck up the sword and get the sword ability. But obviously, no abilities. I'm not going to use the sword because I'm too awesome for that. I don't need abilities to beat any of the bosses. But I didn't use any of the abilities. That was just a fun little tidbit in the fight that I noticed. And yeah, pretty fun fight. And I took it with ease again. I ended up dying again as a vending machine because I couldn't stay on the ledge. I kept falling off the ledge, and it was so annoying. I just kept falling off, and I died. And that was all on me. My depth perception wasn't there. I was kind of tired. It was a little late at night. It's all the Johns in the world, honestly. But anyways, after I died for no reason, it was time for the boss rush. And it wasn't like the big boss rush. It was the little boss rush. Okay, Wild Edge came back. The Abominable Snowman came back. The Neanderthal came back. And the Swan came back. And you know what? The first one up was Wild Edge. Guess what happened to him? Clapped! Done! The next one to get the smoke was the Swan. And guess what happened to the Swan? Dead! Clapped! Don't exist anymore. The Neanderthal Reject came back. Guess what happened? Extinct twice. I don't know how you can be so bad of a species you go extinct twice, but you went extinct twice, my guy, by me, single-handedly, by Kirby. And then the last one, the Abominable Snow Reject, came in with its ugly cousin, and guess what happened? I had to dish out two hands. Instead of one hand, I took out my other hand, and I hit them both, and they both got smoke, and they were done. After clawing my way through the snow and everything in the boss rush, it was time to face the mighty penguin himself, King Dede. The King Chubby Penguin himself. I came into the arena ready for the most challenging part of this run, beating the giant penguin without abilities. And I was triumphing over his hammer, his puny hammer. And then this dude takes out a pillar. He rips a pillar. That's support structure right there. Like, you need that for the building. And my man said, I'll let this building collapse on us, okay? You think I won't? No, I will. My man took out a pillar and proceeded to beat me repeatedly with the pillar over and over again. And then finally, even though I was getting smacked around like a little saucy person, a little sussy boy, I defeated the penguin. But apparently, I didn't want to finish the job because he gets up from the dead and takes my best friend. And now I'm alone again. So now for the rest of the run is me trying to get my best friend back because I'm lonely again. I began traveling through the desert in hopes that I can find my best friend to take it back from the chubby penguin when I ran into the Swan for the third time, and this Swan really loves to just get completely destroyed by me because I dished out the pain that I felt in my heart after losing my blue fluffy friend. I laved out with all of my heart and passion into this Swan to defeat it. And I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know what the name of the blue thing is, if I'm gonna be completely honest. It's just my blue fuzzy friend at this point. It's like a flying mouse thing. I don't know. I just want my best friend back at this point. I don't know its name. It's like it's just a thing, you just don't know your best friend's name. They're just your best friend. That's a label. That's it. I want to say my best friend. I took my anger out on a Swan. Normal stuff. traveling through the mall in this barren wasteland, I run into the Neanderthal again for the third time. My mans, everyone wants a piece of Kirby, okay? They just can't get enough. It's like candy. You just keep shoving it in their face and they'll just keep taking it. And this Neanderthal was like, yeah, yo, bro, let's go. I'm ready for, like, you not learn your lesson. No one's learning their lesson, but it's okay. I needed a punching bag because this is now personal. I need to go save my best friend. So I took out my anger on another mob just like that. Super easy. All right. After wandering through the desert aimlessly, this is one of the parts of the game where I was like, am I really going to need abilities here? Because I was really struggling to find the Waddle Dees without abilities. And I managed to do it just barely squeaking by with the exact amount that I needed. But I ended up going to this ugly Armadillo Fight, and it was a pretty fair fight. This is I didn't know how to use the dodge mechanic correctly, so I didn't dodge a lot, and I ended up getting clapped, and I died. But that's not really my fault because like I didn't really like use the dodge mechanic correctly. I know it sounds like it's my fault by saying I didn't use it correctly, but also like I was distracted, like, you know, I was watching videos and stuff, but I came back and I clapped the armadillo anyways. Like, you know, it was, I had to let the game, you know, have one at least, you know, boost the game's ego before I knock it back down. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, it's just code and just numbers, but you know, it has feelings, I think. So I didn't like want to be mean or anything. So like, you know, I was there and, you know, I gave him the free win and then I came back and I said, this is my win. I don't know like what you thought this was, but it's not what you think because this is me. This is my win. I'm going to beat this challenge with no abilities and you're not going to stop me, you ugly armadillo. So I took off the armadillo with style and ease. After traveling through the scorching hot land of flames and volcano and sweat-inducing fire, I came across Harambes' second cousin who wanted to give me extra smoke. So I decided to give this man the extra smoke back. He thought he came in here trying to avenge his relatives. Nah, it's all me. It's all Kirby. And I gave him the 1-2 right in the face and he was done. I slide kicked my way to victory, all while breaking just a little bit of a sweat because, you know, I'm surrounded by fire. There's fire everywhere, but just a little bit of a sweat, you know, no skin off my Kirby, but I took the win. I took home the W that time. Then the ugly armadillo tried to come back as well. He tried to come back as well. And this time I was ready. This time I was like, nah, I'm not dying this time. This time I came back. No freebies. No second chances. This is you getting these hands and you're done. And finally, my furry, I mean, not waifu. What? That wrong words. That's not my new furry waifu. She came back and got clapped too. Oh, she got clapped. I'm not dying. She got clapped. This is totally fine. Definitely not sad that I lost my waifu for the final time, but it's all good. It's all good. You know, I clapped, I came, I conquered, and that's the name of this game. All right, finally back to the chubby penguin, the person who took my best friend, and it was time for me to give him the heat. He came at me with double hammers, but I was ready for this. I was ready for this giant penguin since he took my best friend. I wasn't going to let him have this victory over me. He fought valiantly for sure, but I was not gonna let him have this W over me. I came in with the 1-2. I came in with the muscles. I came in with the feet. I did everything in my power to stop this giant fluffy penguin from beating me, and I became victorious. I was the one who stood on top of King Dede. He ran around like a wild animal and everything. This fight was really like fun to do, but at the end of the day, I came out on top. No abilities, no nothing. Using no abilities is just it's like euphoric, you know. It's like, why use abilities when I can use my bare hands to win myself something? You know, I'll do it myself. I don't need no aids, no assistance. I don't need, you know, steroids for sports. That's all the abilities are. They're just steroids, okay? And I beat this fluffy penguin with nothing but my feet and hands. After clapping Dede did the most valiant thing ever and stayed behind to die for our cause. After I got done clapping this man, he said, I'll save my Waddle Dees and I will stay behind as you go and figure out what's wrong with this place. And so I ascended for Dede and his sacrifice to finish this game once and for all. Climbing to the top of this tower and coming into contact with this giant lion who wanted to rip me apart, but I said, nah, I'm gonna take you out like it's nothing, okay? I took this lion out like the trash he is, okay? I said, you're going down, my guy. You're done, okay? It's over. GG. So I took out the lion. And then after I took out the lion, this ugly thing emerged from the glass and proceeded to suck and inhale everything or stick everything. It was weird, okay? It was weird and gross, and it came after me. It started chasing me, and it chased me down the hall, and I started hitting it with things and, asserting my dominance. Okay? No abilities, just flexing on them because they can't touch me, okay? Even without abilities, I'm still the master, all right? I'm abilityless, and this giant blob couldn't even catch up to me. But then it sucks up my best friend again. This is the second time I've lost my best friend. Like, bruh, I found my best friend. I lost my best friend again. Like, why? Why? Stop stealing my friend, because if you steal my friend, I'm going to clap your cheeks, okay? So clapping cheeks I did. I walked up that tower to the very end to go fight this giant thing that looked like my friend but stole their image. This was next level identity theft right here. This thing took my friend that was my best friend and said, what if it was a little bit bigger and, could basically, send meteors and open rifts through space and time. That's pretty much what it did. It did that. And this was honestly a very fun boss fight. And I'm sure if I had abilities, it would have been fine. I totally didn't die one time because I suck. I don't suck. I'm amazing. So I totally didn't die at least once. And I completely clapped this thing, okay? I'm getting my best friend back, okay? And after I clapped its cheeks, it tried one last Hail Mary. It said, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. And it tried to collide my home planet with me. But I said, nay, you are not going to throw my own planet at me. So I turned into a semi-truck. And I began to ride over the buildings in an attempt to stop him from colliding my planet with the fake planet that they lived on. And I succeeded by bashing my head into their meteor towards the end with the power of friendship. Me and my best friend deleted that wannabe thing, perfect being, whatever it's called, and I was victorious. But there was one last thing. The portals weren't closing. So my best friend had to sacrifice himself again. This is the third time now. Why must I always be alone? But my friend sacrificed himself, and I completed Kirby in the Forgotten Land with no abilities in 5 hours and 58 minutes. Or 56 minutes, not 58. Whoops. I completed the game in 5 hours and 56 minutes. And this was a very fun challenge, I would say. My overall thoughts on this game and run is this was pretty easy. I know the whole time I was hyping it up and everything, but honestly, this was very easy and doable. Which, it's understandable. Like, they probably have to because, maybe a little child's not understanding it. But honestly, I put the game on the hard difficulty and everything, and it was just so easy. 2 of the deaths were actually from enemies, or did I die 3 or 4 times? I think I died 3 times. 3 of the deaths were from enemies, and 1 was because I kept falling off the edge, and I killed myself. But other than that, this game was fairly easy. The challenge was fairly easy. But overall, I had a very good time. This is a very solid Kirby game. So hopefully we get like another one in the future. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.